All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a real David versus Goliath story, but this one's from the world of fast food. We're going to look at how a homegrown Indian brand is managing to carve out its own space against some of the biggest names on the entire planet.
So here's the big question, right? How can a local brand with a pretty modest budget actually compete against giants like McDonald's and BurgerKing? Well, that's exactly what JumboKing, India's homegrown burger chain, has been figuring out for years. And, spoiler alert, it's not by throwing more money at the problem. It's all about a really unique and powerful strategy that plays to their local strengths.
Okay, so first up, let's really set the stage here. The battleground we're talking about is India's fast food market. And believe me, it is a crowded space, just completely dominated by these international heavyweights who have, super deep pockets and global brand recognition.
So what in the world is JumboKing's secret weapon? How are they doing it? Well, it all comes down to their winning recipe. And I'm not just talking about what they put inside the burger. We're talking about a strategy that's built on two key things: differentiation and a laser-like focus.
See, instead of just trying to copy the global players, JumboKing did something really smart. They carved out their own unique space. They went with a fully vegetarian menu. Now, you gotta understand, this wasn't just some small tweak. This was a massive, fundamental strategic move that really resonates with Indian dietary habits. And boom, it immediately sets them apart from everyone else.
And this really gets to the absolute heart of their brand identity. They're not just trying to sell you a Western import with a few local spices thrown in. No, they are positioning themselves as India Ka Burger, which literally means India's burger. And that creates such a powerful emotional connection, right? It's a sense of local pride that these global brands, they just can't replicate that. No way.
And this whole identity, it's tailored perfectly for their target audience. They are zeroed in on students and professionals in these super high-traffic urban zones. Places like railway stations and busy high streets. These are people who need something quick, affordable, and most importantly, delicious while they're on the go.
You know what else they did that was smart? They got really clever with their branding. By strategically renaming some products, like rebranding their regular burger as the Mumbai burger, they completely shifted the perception. It went from being seen as a legacy based on local snacks to this modern, kind of aspirational burger brand. And that simple change, it actually boosted the product's perceived value. Pretty cool, huh?
So how do they scale this whole vision? They do it through a really smart and supportive franchise model. Instead of pouring all their own money into company-owned stores, they empower local entrepreneurs to do it. This is genius, because it keeps their costs way down, it allows for super rapid expansion, and it helps ensure that brand consistency is there across every single outlet.
Okay, but let's be real. Even with a fantastic recipe, JumboKing is facing some enormous challenges. Let's take a look at the giants they're actually up against, because competing in this space is absolutely no small feat.
All right, the single biggest hurdle for them? It's simply being heard. I mean, think about it. The competition isn't just selling burgers. They're selling a global brand that people have literally known for decades. JumboKing has to fight and claw for every little bit of brand recall against all that noise. And a massive part of that challenge just comes down to money. The difference in marketing spend is, well, it's staggering. JumboKing is being outspent on a scale that's honestly hard to even wrap your head around. This makes trying to compete with traditional advertising a real uphill battle. And it's not just about the big marketing budgets, right? They also face huge challenges in the digital world, where their competitors are running these massive influencer campaigns. On top of that, as they grow, just maintaining that consistent product quality and continuing to evolve past their old legacy perception, those are constant, everyday operational hurdles they have to deal with.
So with all that stacked against them, how can this local hero possibly fight back effectively? Well, the path forward isn't about trying to match them dollar for dollar. No way. It's all about being smarter, leveraging its unique strengths, and embracing new opportunities.
Yeah, their growth strategy really isn't about outspending. It is all about outsmarting. So what does that look like? It means seriously amplifying their digital game, maybe expanding into smaller cities where the global brands are a little slower to go, creating real, on-the-ground community engagement, and really doubling down on those partnerships with delivery apps.
So after all that, what can we all learn from this? JumboKing's story, it's about so much more than just burgers. It's basically a masterclass in how a local brand can not only survive, but actually thrive against global giants.
And this right here, this table, it just neatly summarizes their entire playbook. You can see exactly how every single piece connects. You've got that laser focus on a local vegetarian identity, a streamlined product strategy with those awesome local twists, customer engagement through a mobile-first approach, and then that smart distribution model built on high footfall and franchise support. It's a complete, well-oiled system.
And why does all this matter? Well, it's actually pretty simple. JumboKing proves that a deep, authentic understanding of your local audience, their values, their tastes, that can be a way more powerful and sustainable asset than just having a massive global marketing budget.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In this ongoing battle for customers, what is it that truly wins their long-term loyalty and makes a brand really special? Is it the size of the wallet, or is it the size of the heart?